All right, Hot Wax 93 has a question, number 11. What are your thoughts on assisted suicide and euthanasia? I feel there's a simple answer and there's a complicated answer. So I feel that my simple answer is it's wrong to end a life. Like, it's wrong to just end a human life without some major justification. Generally, the rule of thumb is you don't kill people, including yourself. That's the rule of thumb. Okay, so assisting people in committing suicide seems wrong. Euthanasia in that case seems wrong. And I think that seems pretty simple and clear. However, there's another area that seems more fuzzy to me personally. And I don't know the whole right answer here, so forgive me. And some of you can comment down below your thoughts on this. I just recommend you answer with more than a slogan. Like, explain your thinking here so we can understand. But that is, when we now have the medical abilities to sustain life in some pretty miserable conditions. And it's not, here's the question. Is it killing someone to pull the plug? So I was part of a medical ethics committee as a pastor. They brought me in because there was a gentleman, an old man, who was in the hospital, and he was on a ventilator. He's like a respirator, and he was in really, really wretched condition. He was not responsive. He was not going to come back. And this is what they did. They have a meeting where they have like his doctor, they have like 4 or 5 different people that are there, and they have a meeting, and we literally vote on what to do with this gentleman. This was like sobering. This is a major decision that's being made. I was brought in because they wanted to bring a religious person in. The family, you see, the person, he had sons, but his sons decided not to make the decision, so it defaulted to the hospital to make the choice, and they have a rule where you bring in a committee to make the choice. So we met and we talked to the doctor, and they said, here's his condition. He's non-responsive. He's never going to wake up. He may be in pain, and he's in extremely bad physical condition. And I remember saying, can I go see him? Because we were just looking at papers that described the guy. And so I asked to go see him, and I went and I looked at him, and you could tell in a glance, this is not a condition to be in. Like, he's only alive because medically it's forcing him to stay alive. And I prayed over him, and I went around the table and prayed for him. And I remember the nurse who was there, she was one of the people that was part of the group, and she was just like, thank you so much for that, because this is so hard. And I talked to the doctor. They said there's no way he's not going to get better, And so my vote was, yeah, I think you guys should pull the plug. That's a really hard choice. But it's also a really hard choice not to. And it's there that I have the debate. When do you stop assisting life? I would never assist suicide. I'm not going to do euthanasia. Personally, I think those things are wrong. I think it's wrong. I think God just says, like, don't kill. Like, this is a blanket rule. Like, you're not going to kill. But when it comes to forcing people through artificial means to prolong, their heart beating and their lungs breathing, that's a true challenge. I hope I made the right choice. God will deal with me if I didn't, and I hope I did. Tough stuff.